Here. Hello and welcome. I'm doing a Google Ads audit today. My name is Jill Saskiels. For those who don't know me, I'm a Google Ads consultant, coach, and teacher. And whenever I do a Google Ads account audit, I always live tweet the whole thing. You can find that on Twitter under hashtag Google Ads audit. But today I have an especially large account, lots of stuff to dig into. It's going to take me a few hours anyway, so I thought, why not make it take a little longer and go live to be able to share it with you and answer your questions. So I won't be like screen sharing with you because I need the privacy for this advertiser, but I'm going to talk you through every single thing I'm doing as I'm going along, and I will be sharing a few screenshots on my Twitter as well. On Twitter, I'm at Jill Saskingales, or just look up the hashtag Google Ads Audit. I'm live on YouTube and TikTok right now, so if you do have any questions, just type it into the chat and I'm happy to answer them. On TikTok, Anya's asking, how do you start as a freelancer when you have to practical experience? I'm guessing you mean how do you get practical experience to start as a freelancer? So I'm fortunate that I worked at Google. Well, I mean, fortunate, I earned that job, but I worked at Google. And so it was quite easy for me to transition into being a freelancer. Hi, Ronnie, nice to see you. But if you don't have any practical experience, then I suggest starting with either people in your network. You have to know someone who owns a business that's running Google Ads. Or if you don't know anyone, then reaching out to a nonprofit or something you like. I normally am not a proponent of working for free, but just to get one piece of work experience under your belt, I suggest working for free or discounted or getting something in exchange. Like, for example, I have a friend who she started as a client, and now what we do is when she needs occasional help with something, she pays me in product from her store, which I love. So figure out a way to just get someone to take a chance on you, either by paying you in product or not paying you initially, build up your resume, get a great referral and case study, and then go from there. And then Patria has a question, and then we're going to dive into the Google Ads account about running Google Ads across borders. So that was actually my job at Google. I was an international growth consultant, so I helped the largest businesses in the world expand across borders using Google's ads and insight products. Lots of different aspects to that. I can't just answer that in a TikTok question. So Patra, if you would like to dive into that deeper with me, you can book a one-on-one session with me at the link in my bio. But what I will say is the localization piece is key. Localizing your website, localizing your Google Ads. I mean translation, but also payment methods and user experience. That's what's really going to make or break the difference between having successful Google Ads or not. And one of my hot tips, if you can't afford professional translation, is you can use the formula in a Google Sheet equals Google Translate to translate your keywords and stuff for you, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's dive in. So when I start a Google Ads audit, how do I start? I'm live tweeting this on Twitter as well. So I open up the account and I look at how many campaigns do I have and what formats do I have. So in this account, we have 6 different formats. We have search, performance max, display, shopping, video, and discovery. It's a lot. And the number of campaigns that have served an impression in the last 30 days is 21. So 21 campaigns, 6 formats. Price, I charged $1,900 for this platinum level audit. So that's how much this person paid to have me audit their Google Ads account. And then the source is it's an Inside Google Ads course member, someone who is a member of my Google Ads course. I can't show you their account because I don't have their permission to do so. But if you do want to see more details of what's going on, I will be sharing some screenshots on Twitter because that gives me the opportunity to blink out different info. So I'm going to be narrating and talking through the whole time, but no, I can't show you their account because I don't have their permission to do so. I'm just writing the initial tweet because I'm also live tweeting this. Lots of multitasking going on here. Source Inside Google Ads member, as always, AMA. Let's go. Okay, so what I have open right now on my computer, I have the Google Ads account, I have the client's website, I have my Google Ads audit template. I have a template that I use for all my different clients. I developed it myself. I do share it with my Inside Google Ads course members. Nudge, nudge, you can join at the link in my bio. And then I also have Twitter open because I like to live tweet the whole thing. And now I also have YouTube open to live stream and TikTok open as well. So let's dive in. When I'm first auditing a Google Ads account, I start with what I call the data foundation. So what are the core things that need to be in place in order for that Google Ads account to be successful? And the fourth thing, it's really 3 things, but it's kind of 4. conversion tracking, I check the attribution model, I check on audiences set up, and then I see if they have any kind of CRM integration. Excuse me. So let's start by looking at conversion tracking. Now, I could go straight to conversions, but what I like to do first, I make sure my time period is the last 30 days. And then I like to actually look at the conversions column and see, do we have conversions coming through? So I'm looking, we have a handful of PMAX campaigns that do have conversions, some YouTube campaigns that don't have conversions, so that's typical for YouTube, a whole bunch of display campaigns that have no conversions, and I can see already that they're running on manual CPC bidding. So I'm kind of like, what's going on with all these remarketing campaigns running on manual CPC bidding? Doesn't look like that's doing much for this business. And then we have a bunch of search campaigns with a range of different conversions, but most of them are not hitting the 30 conversions in 30-day threshold. So before even knowing what conversion tracking is, I'm like, there seems to be something going on here. So now I'm going to add, I'm looking at Google Ads right now. I'm inside a client's Google Ads account. This is not through Google Analytics. This is in Google Ads. So now I'm adding a segment. If you don't know how to do that, I show it in my course. And I'm adding a segment for conversion action. So just to see like what is included in that conversions column. And what has shown up is it says transactions, all website data. So what I know now is that this account is importing their e-commerce transactions from Google Analytics into Google Ads. That's how they are tracking conversions. And it's not something I recommend. It's okay to use Google Analytics, but they're using Universal Analytics, which I'm recording this right now in January 2023, and there's only a few more months of using Universal Analytics, and then it's going away. So already red flag. Now I'm going to actually go to Tools and Settings, Conversions, and see what's going on. Okay, so I can see that they are using, as I said, the transactions from Google Analytics as their primary conversion action. They also have something called Google Shopping Feed App Purchase. This does not look like the automatic Shopify one that has been set up. It looks like one they set up manually and it's secondary. And it's showing really different amounts of conversions and conversion value to the Google Analytics one, but it also looks like it's probably more accurate. So my first recommendation in the Google Ads account audit under conversions, I'm going to give them a yellow. Green is like great, yellow's okay, and red needs a lot of work. Give them yellow because they are tracking conversions, but room for improvement. I see a question here on TikTok. I want to run Google Ads, but I need to know how to start. Thank you for your question, Patria. I can't give you a whole Google Ads strategy on a live like this, but if you'd like to book a call with me, I'd be happy to help you get Google Ads going for your business or put your strategy together. You can book a call with me at the link in my bio. Okay, so in my Google Ads audit, next to conversion tracking, I am making it yellow. And then I'm writing my notes as I go along. I've learned not to wait till the end because then I forget. So conversions, what am I telling the client? Conversion tracking is set up via Google Analytics Ecommerce. However, this method has two flaws. One, Google Analytics conversion tracking is not as accurate as using the Google Ads conversion tracking. And two, Universal Analytics is going away in a few months. And GA4 has not been connected to this account. So you are about to lose your primary source of conversion tracking. It appears that Google Ads conversion tracking, this is what I'm typing right now, has been set up in the account, but is secondary rather than primary, meaning not used for bidding. I recommend switching your primary conversion action to the Google, what is it called in this account? Google Shopping Feed App Purchase. To ensure you can both more accurately track conversions from Google Ads and continue tracking conversions when UA is deprecated in the spring. Okay, that's step one. And now I'm going to tweet this as well because I like to live tweet my audits. So conversion tracking has same issue as last Google Ads audit using UA transactions. They have Google Ads conversion tracking set up as secondary in the account. So recommending switching to primary. Okay, gonna tweet that. And now we move on to the next thing. That's how we do it. So next is attribution. What is the attribution model in use here? The way I find this out is in the conversions view in the top right. I'm going to go to view all conversion actions. That just shows me the old view rather than the new view. And then I'm adding a column for attribution model and a column for DDA eligibility and clicking apply. And I can see that the attribution model for all conversion actions is last click, and then we are DDA eligible. Excuse me. So I am going to recommend switching to DDA. That is data-driven attribution, and it's going to be more accurate. I go into detail explaining that in my course inside Google Ads, so I won't enumerate that all here, but it's going to be likely better for them. What I will do is I'm going to Tools and Settings Attribution and just seeing Google Ads' model comparison tool. Hey, Crystal, what am I up to? I am auditing a Google Ads account right now and sharing it with all of you live on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter. So let me know if you have any questions. Oh, this is really interesting. So I'm looking right now at the attribution in this Google Ads account. And it says that half of the conversion journeys had at least 2 ad interactions before conversion. That's really important. So it means that 50% of the conversions here, there were at least 2 different Google Ads, never mind other things, Google Ads they clicked on before converting. So by only doing last click attribution, we're only giving credit to the last thing that happened, not the other things that may have led to people hearing about it. So even more reason why we should switch to data-driven attribution. So I'm going to give them a yellow for this, even though I don't like last click. I don't consider this like a red thing. So I'm going to give them a yellow stoplight mode for attribution model. And I'm going to say all conversion actions, misspelled actions, are on last click attribution, but are eligible for data-driven attribution. 50% of your conversions have at least 2 ad clicks before conversion, so it will be beneficial to switch all conversion actions to DDA. More on this topic inside Google Ads, because this client is a member of my course inside Google Ads, if you'd like to learn more about that. Great, check. And now I'm going to tweet it. Tweet your reply. So conversions are on last click, eligible for DDA. 50% of conversions had 2+ ad interactions. So DDA should help grow the account. Hashtag Google Ads Audit. Okay, tweet that. Lots of multitasking going on here, but I think I'm doing okay. Going to open up my Twitter notifications just to see if anyone's asking questions on Twitter. Nope. And we're good on TikTok, and we're good on YouTube. All right, let's keep going. So the next part of the Google Ads audit is audience definition. So for this, I'm going to Audience Manager, and I want to see what kind of remarketing lists have been set up. So I go to Tools and Settings, Audience Manager, in order to see that. And we have quite a few. There's 112 different audiences that have been set up. They are not all in use. It looks like a small fraction of these are actually in use. A lot of them are similar segments, which are automatically created and, of course, are going to be going away soon. But yeah, thanks for subscribing on YouTube. I'll see you over there, Crystal Ball Podcast. So what do we have? There are 4 different kinds of remarketing lists that we can have in Google Ads: website visitors, app users, YouTube users, and customer list. App isn't relevant here, so I'm looking for website-based, YouTube-based, though probably not as important here, and then customer list. I'm actually going to filter for each since there's so many, just to make it easier to see. So source, not source. I want add filter type. Website visitors. What do we have? Let's see. So 1 day, 7 day, 30 day, all visitors, and then a bunch of other, cart abandoners, purchase 1 day, etc. some that have come in from Shopify. So enough. Some of them are too small to serve, but it looks like we have enough here that are large enough to serve that the website remarketing is set up properly. Crystal Ball says, I'm taking the Google course currently. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. I hope you find that useful. Graphic Zack Marketing is asking on TikTok, how would determine a conversion value if every conversion is a different price? That's the case here. It's an e-commerce store, so each purchase may be a different price, and that is data that your online store has to feed to Google Ads. So the way this account has done it is they have connected their store to Google Analytics and then Google Analytics to Google Ads. And so Google Ads feeds in those different conversion values. But I'm recommending they switch to their Google Ads tag so that Google Ads and their website talk directly without going through Google Analytics as like a middleman for that data. Okay, so website visitors are set up. Let's see if YouTube users are set up at all. Nope. So that is an opportunity because I can see in this account they are running YouTube campaigns and they're also running Performance Max, which has YouTube, but they haven't set up any YouTube remarketing lists. So that is an opportunity. And then let's see, customer list. There is a customer list. Let's see when it was last updated. It has 5,500 people on it. It was created in March 2022 and has not been updated since. So it's 10 months old. This is a very common thing I see. People upload a customer list and don't touch it again. So 2 opportunities here in Audience Manager to update the customer list and then to create YouTube remarketing lists. So that's what I'm going to write into the audit next. So for audience definitions, I'm going to give them a yellow. I'm usually pretty tough on people with their audience definitions, but they do have a lot of them set up. So website remarketing has been set up and is in use. YouTube remarketing is not set up. I recommend creating a few YouTube remarketing lists since you are running YouTube ads and Performance Max. Every time I type YouTube, it capitalizes the second U. That's annoying. That's because I'm typing too fast. And then I can also see that you have a customer list, but it has not been updated since March 2022. Sad face. Please make a habit of updating this monthly. You can use an automation tool like Zapier if you can't remember to do it regularly. Okay. And last but not, then I tweet about this. And to those who are just joining, hi, I'm Jill. I'm a Google Ads consultant, coach, and teacher. I'm live on YouTube, on TikTok, and live tweeting on Twitter as I'm auditing a Google Ads account. So feel free to ask me anything about that. Okay. So now I need to write this tweet. Audiences, no YouTube remarketing setup, even though we're running multiple YouTube campaigns. And customer list is there, but hasn't been refreshed in 10 months. Such a typical problem. Hashtag Google Ads Audit. Okay, we tweet that. There we go. All right, and then the last part of my data foundation for a Google Ads audit is CRM integration. This is something most businesses I see don't have, but rather than just uploading customers, it's actually connecting like Salesforce or HubSpot or whatever directly to Google Ads. So this account does not have that. So I'm going to put a red, but like most accounts aren't at the advanced stage where they would do that, but it's still something I like to highlight because it can be really valuable to do for conversion and remarketing purposes. So CRM has not been integrated with Google Ads. This is okay as long as you are refreshing your customer lists manually and frequently, which is not currently happening. All right, so the data foundation part of this audit is complete. Next, we are going to move on to bids and budgets. For those who are just joining, I'm auditing a Google Ads account right now that has about 25 campaigns across 6 different formats. It's for a B2C business in a pretty niche industry. The business owner here is a member of my course inside Google Ads. So that's how he heard about me. He purchased my platinum level audit. which as of right now costs $1,900 US, and I'm putting together this Google Ads audit for him. You can feel free to ask me anything if you're watching this live on YouTube, on TikTok, or on Twitter, where I'm also live tweeting. Okay, so now I'm going to the campaign view. I'm going to remove the segment I added earlier, and I want to know about the bid strategy. So looking at the columns, wonderful. There's a column here for bid strategy. If I didn't have a column here for bid strategy, I would add it. But what I'm going to add as well, even though I can see the bid strategy, I can't see the targets. So I'm going to columns, attributes, and adding columns for the target CPA or target ROAS so that I can actually see what those targets are as I'm reviewing the bid strategy. If you'd like to learn more about which columns I like to use, I talk about that. I have a lesson on that in my course inside Google Ads. A question here from Patria: do you ex-employer Google Jill? I think the question is, did I work at Google? And the answer is yes, I worked at Google for 6 years in the Google Ads organization. Okay, let's look at these bid strategies. I have sorted the campaigns by type because looking at a search campaign is obviously really different than looking at like a YouTube campaign. So it's just how my brain works to help. Hi, Siju. So looking at the PMAX campaigns, we have 5 different Performance Max campaigns. They are all on a target ROAS strategy. Their ROAS is between 400 and 450% target. Actual ROAS, almost none of them are hitting that. 3 of the campaigns are kind of in the 2s. One is at 4.36 with a target of 4.5. One's at 4.13 with a target of 4. So mix there. So we are on the automated bid strategy I would recommend, which is target ROAS, but I think the targets are too high, which is really limiting the opportunity here. I can also see that the CPCs are really low. In fact, too low. Like seeing CPCs of 14 cents, 30 cents in Performance Max is just way too low. They're not getting enough traffic. They're not getting enough quality traffic. There's no way they're getting good search and shopping placements with CPCs that low. So that tells me that the targets they've set are just too high. I can also see the conversion rate from PMAX is less than 1% across the board. It's as low as 0.13%, 0.23%, 0.66%. Again, that's too low. And so that's part of the reason they're not able to hit this target ROAS they're looking for. So they're in a bit of a spiral. Hi, James. Nice to see you. Hi, Chris on YouTube. Welcome. If you'd like to purchase a Google Ads account audit, you can do so on my website, jyll.ca. This is a paying customer who I'm auditing their account right now. Okay, bid strategy. So we have one discovery campaign. It's on maximize conversions. It's had one conversion in the last 30 days, which is not so good. So it has a conversion rate of 0.06%. Yeah, not so good. Okay, on TikTok. Oh, hi, Julia. So nice to see you. Happy New Year. Graphic Zach Marketing asks, what is the average CPCs for GPM? I don't know what GPM stands for. So I can't answer the question. What do you mean by GPM? And C. June says, are we talking about search ad with conversion objective? We will be. Right now, I was just looking at Performance Max, now Discovery. I'm going to get to search ads in a moment. Performance Max. So average CPC for Performance Max, I can't say what they are across the board. It really varies. But when I see a CPC of less than $1 for Performance Max, it's a red flag to me because that's too low. I know we all think we want low CPCs, but like too low means you're not getting quality traffic. You're getting the traffic that was left over that no one else wanted. So that's why I said looking at PMAX campaigns with CPCs of 30 cents, 20 cents, like they're just getting garbage traffic is my hypothesis. It's too low. Okay, there is a shopping campaign here as well, a standard shopping campaign. It has no conversions off of 2,400 clicks. So really conversion rate seems to be an issue here. I'm going to guess that this is an issue for the whole website and not just for Google Ads. So I would recommend this business owner look into their Google Analytics to see what's going on there because this conversion rate is just too low. CPCs on shopping, 10 cents, so low, but they're on manual CPC bidding, so they're probably forcing it to do that. So let me look at YouTube and display and then search. For YouTube, we have one campaign on a target CPA. Oh, that one hasn't served. Okay, I'll ignore that one. We have another YouTube on manual CPV bidding. So it's view-based, so it's had no conversions. That's okay. That's not the objective. Here, we're getting 3-cent views, which is great. Very small budget, only $10 a day. but we don't have any YouTube marketing in place. So we spent $287 to get 13,000 engagements. We can't reach these people again because this business owner has not set up YouTube marketing to be able to reach them again. So I already talked about that earlier, but that's a big missed opportunity here. Display, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 display campaigns. They are all remarketing on like 1 day, 7 day, 14 day, 30 day. I don't think we need these all split out differently. They're also all a manual CPC. There have been 0 conversions from them. Interaction rate's okay. It's around 1% or higher, which I look for, but I don't think that's doing this business owner any favors. James on TikTok says, which is the best online earnings job in 2023? That's not the kind of advice that I give on like, oh, passive income or online earning. There are lots of different ways to earn money online. It depends more on you than objectively what are the best things out there. So I wouldn't be the right person to ask that question to. Okay, and now we are at search campaigns. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 search campaigns. They are all on either ROAS or CPA bidding, which is good. Are they meeting their targets? Yes, yes, no, no, no. And is this one meeting its target? No. So for the most part, they are not meeting their targets. So right now I'm in a section of my Google Ads audit where I'm analyzing their bid strategy. Are they using the right bid strategy? And is the bid strategy meeting their targets? And then do they have sufficient budget? So as part of this now, I'm going to add some columns for search impression share. Let me just add those. Competitive metrics, search impression share, search last day as rank, search last day as budget. And again, if you want to know what columns I like to use when I'm looking at Google Ads accounts, I have a lesson on that in my course inside Google Ads, which you can find at the link in my bio. A question from Crystal Ball on TikTok, other than audits, what else do you offer? Thank you for the question. So my primary service offering is actually coaching. I do Google Ads coaching, one-on-one sessions with folks, and then also marketing coaching, helping with organic marketing, conversion rate optimization, etc. So you can book a one-on-one call with me to have me work on your business. I also do kind of workshops and corporate training at like startup accelerators and Fortune 500 companies. Actually, I train people at Google in this stuff as well, again, in Google Ads and marketing. I do Google Ads audits, website audits, and then Google Growth audits, where I'll also look at your Google Analytics, Google Search Console, etc. And then I have online courses. My landmark course is inside Google Ads. I've had nearly 200 people join that course. And that's where I show you inside Google Ads the stuff I can't show you right now because of the privacy of this client right here. I have another course available for pre-order that's launching at the end of the month called The Growth Formula for Successful Entrepreneurs. And then I have a third course that I'm launching in February called Google Ads for Beginners. I think this is the first time I said that publicly, so really excited about that. So in a nutshell, I coach, I teach, I do audits, and then I have courses. Okay, so all in all, in this audit, what I'm seeing is that we're using the right bid strategies, target ROAS, automated bidding for PMAX and search, but our display, our shopping is on manual, and I don't think it's doing it any favors. So what I did is I added the columns for search impression share to see what exactly is going on. And I can see on on shopping, we have about 54% impression share, losing out a lot due to rank. Yep, because the bids are too low on manual CPC, that's why. And then for search, losing out on tons of impression share, not due to budget, due to rank. And that would be because our ROAS targets are too high and potentially quality score issues as well. I'm interested in the beginners. Wonderful, Crystal Ball. So stay tuned. I'm going to be launching that very soon. If you go to the link in my bio, you can join my free marketing newsletter, and that's where you'll hear first about course launches, and that's the only place I offer a discount when I launch new products and services. Zach is asking on TikTok, if a client has a misleading information violation, how would I fix it? I've changed all the ad copy. It could be the misleading information is actually on the website, not just the ad copy. So you'd have to look into that as well. It's really common in restricted industries like healthcare or finance or housing or stuff like that. Okay, so back to this audit. We are on bid strategy for smart bidding usage. I'm going to give them a yellow. For smart bidding targets, I'm going to give them a red because their targets are all too high. They're wishful thinking. They're not actual achievable ROAS targets. And then for budget allocation, I think the only place we're limited by budget is a YouTube prospect campaign, which I'm okay with that being limited by budget. So I'm going to give us a green there. And then I'm going to type up my notes before I go on to the next question. Crystal Ball is asking, do you have set live times to tune back in? I do not. I just go live when I feel like it. So follow along. And best way to keep in touch is just to make sure to follow me across a few different platforms. I'm the Google Pro on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I am Jill Saskin-Gales, my full name on Twitter. I have a free marketing newsletter you can sign up for at my website, jyll.ca. And that's how you'll hear about all kinds of stuff like this. So I announced on Instagram this morning that I was going live today. Julia, before my mat leave ends, congratulations. I want to ask my employer if I can take your course for a refresh. Yes, please join my course. I am actually going on mat leave soon. Yeah, and I didn't know you were on leave, so congratulations, Julia. That's wonderful. Okay, so smart bidding usage. PMAX and search campaigns are all using smart bidding, mostly a target ROAS strategy, which makes sense for your business. Shopping and display are on manual CPC and are not converting. Why was this decision made? Trying butternut squash today. Exciting. Thank you. Thank you. Is this your first, Julia? So why was this decision made? This tells Google Ads to find you the cheapest traffic, not to find you converting traffic. And accordingly, you have, let me double check, I think 0 conversions from display. Let's see, where's my conversions column? 0 conversion, you have 0 conversions to show for your investment, even though display is all on remarketing, should be converting, and shopping should convert to 7 months. That's so wonderful, Julia. My daughter is now 4 years old, and in March, I'll be giving birth to a son. Yeah, actually, I don't think I've shared that online either. So y'all on this live are the first ones to find out outside my family and friends. I recommend switching to a max conversions or max conversion value strategy at least to help you get more bang for your buck from these campaigns. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's funny, with my first, it was like all I talked about, all I could think about, whatever. And now with my second, I like forget. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant. Oh yeah, I'm giving birth in 9 weeks. Great. So smart bidding usage, I covered. Wow, my brain is actually handling the multitasking today. I'm like really proud of myself. So then the smart bidding targets. So even though PMAX and search are on smart bidding, the majority of your targets are not being met with conversion rates as low as they are, below 1%. The ROAS targets set seem unrealistic. We'll see how the client likes that language. What are our search conversion rates like? Below, a little above 1%. Below 1% for PMAX, just above 1% for search. Unrealistic. Cable asks, in your opinion, what percentage of Google ads are actually great? Like, you know, it converts well. So this is so key. 80% of determining if a Google ad converts well or not has nothing to do with the Google ad. It's your website. Google ads bring people to your website. So the job of you when setting up Google ads is to make sure you're bringing the right people to your website for your targeting and your ad. But once they get there, your website has to convert them. And so when I say the conversion rates are low here, like objectively, a conversion rate below 1% is pretty low unless you're in some really high ticket item space. So I don't look at Google Analytics as part of this. It's just beyond the scope when there's so many other things to cover. But I recommend you look at Google Analytics and see how does Google Ads traffic compare to other traffic. It's probably going to convert lower than direct traffic, understandably. But like it should, if it's a search focused Google Ads account, it should convert higher than or at least the same as organic social or something like that. So it's better to look at how your Google Ads are converting in relation to other channels rather than just saying, how should Google Ads convert? Hi, Sheila. And to those who are just joining, I'm Jill. I'm a Google Ads consultant, coach, and teacher. I'm live on YouTube, TikTok, and live tweeting on Twitter as I'm auditing a Google Ads account right now. We covered the data foundation earlier. Now I'm on the bids and budgets section of the audit. I can't screen share with you because this is an actual paid audit that I'm doing for this client. But this entire thing, if you're joining late, will be live on my YouTube channel where I'm the Google Pro immediately when this live ends. And of course, the tweets will be on Twitter under the hashtag Google Ads Audit. Okay. The rows, that seem unrealistic. On search, you are losing out on the majority of impression share due to rank, which is a function of bids being too low because ROAS targets are too high, and potentially quality score issues, which we will see later in the audit. Cable says, someone told me search ads convert better because it shows more intent. Do you agree? Generally, I do agree. Like a search ad is going to convert better than a video ad, right? Because someone typed in exactly what they're looking for and then you show an ad. So it's a general rule of thumb. Yes, a search ad will convert better, but that doesn't mean your Google ads are going to convert well. It depends on your website and your business to actually convert that intent into customers. Budget allocation. The only campaign limited by budget is a view-based prospecting YouTube campaign, so I'm not mad at it. I'm being like a touch more colloquial with my language here than I would usually because this person is a member of my course inside Google Ads, so they know me. We go back and forth over email. If this was someone who I didn't know at all, which happens, people will see me on Twitter, look an audit, I'm a little bit more formal. But here I can be like, check this out and look at that because I know they're a member of my course and they're more engaged with me, so it's helpful to do it that way. Chickadee, that's a funny username on TikTok. Do you work for Google? I used to work for Google. I don't work for Google anymore. If I worked for Google right now, I wouldn't be allowed to do this. So I worked at Google for 6 years as part of the Google Ads organization. I left Google nearly 2 years ago, started my own business. The primary meat of my business is coaching and teaching, but the one service I offer where I'll actually go into your Google Ads for you is a Google Ads account audit, and that's what I'm doing right now. This client purchased my platinum level audit, which is $1,900 US. And normally I'd probably be able to finish this in about 2 hours because I'm live on YouTube and TikTok and live tweeting. It's going to take me a little bit longer than that today, but that's okay. It's fun to be able to be here with all of you. Okay, and now Twitter's getting neglected. Usually I'm so active on Twitter during these things, but now I'm way more active on YouTube and on TikTok. So bids and budgets. Using TROAS for PMAX and search, but targets not being met. Using manual CPC for shopping and display remarketing. 0 conversions. We need the emoji face to go with that one. For Twitter, not for going in the actual audit. Opportunity. Google Ads audit. Tweet. Cable says 1,900 for 2 hours. Wow, how long is the call where you give feedback? I don't include a call where I give feedback. So with this Google Ads audit, as I'm talking while typing, I am typing out a whole document that I deliver to this client, and that document is the audit. And so I'm very clear to make sure that in the audit, I'm not just telling them what's happening, I'm telling them what they should do. So for example, with smart bidding, I'm saying like, you're using this bid strategy and I noticed this and here's this issue. I recommend switching to this bid strategy for this reason. So I give them everything they need in the document. When I deliver it, that completes the service. If they want to book a call with me afterwards, I'd say about 50% of my audit clients do, then they can. That is a separate service that they have to purchase. And I do that actually to keep my audits affordable, because if I included an hour a call or something with the audit, I have to charge even more for it. Yeah. Okay, targeting is the meatiest section of the audit. Do I feel like doing that one now or skipping ahead to creative? I'm going to skip ahead to creative. So in creative, I look to see, are they using responsive ads? Are they good quality? And are they using extensions, which are now called assets? And I'm going to do this campaign type by campaign type. So now I'm going to filter my workspace and just look at search campaigns to start. Because again, in this account, we have search, display, discovery, PMAX, YouTube, and shopping, which doesn't really have creative. So like I'm going to have to evaluate each of those and give each of those its own section. So that's one way I'm customizing this audit. Whereas the Google Ads account audit I did last week, the account had one Performance Max campaign. So that one cost $900, not $1,900, and was laid out a bit differently because it was one campaign versus this one, which is like 25 campaigns. Okay, so I'm going to break this into a subsection for. So, here's what I'll do it. I'll do creative for search. And how do I want to break it down? I don't know. Let me look first and I'll decide how I want to break it down. So now that I'm only looking at search campaigns, I'm going to ads and assets. And I want to see, do we have responsive search ads? Yes, we do. Good. Expanded text ads were deprecated 7 months ago, so we don't like to see too many of those anymore. Oh my God. 3,600. Oh, enabled and paused. Okay. Let me make sure I'm just looking at enabled ad groups and enabled eligible ads. Maybe there'll be fewer, but that still seems like a lot. So let's see what's going on. Ad status enabled. We're looking at search only. We still 1,248, so we still have a lot. So what I'm going to do is actually export this. Do I have all the stats I need? Yeah. I'm going to export this to a Google Sheet. That always happens at some point during the Google Ads audit. Ad report, name of the business, download. And so I can see how many ads we have and what their like ranking and stuff is for them. Yeah, Julia, 1,248 search ads across just 6 campaigns. And that's just search. That's not even everything else going on. So now you start to see why I charge what I charge for an account this large. The report is still exporting. It's taken its sweet time. What's going on my phone here? I've had an inquiry. Someone invited me to be a speaker. Cool. I'll see about that later. And yes, YouTube, thank you. I know that I'm live right now. Still preparing the report. Yeah. To those who are just joining, my name is Jill. I'm a Google Ads consultant, coach, and teacher. And right now I'm auditing a Google Ads account. This is a paid service that I offer. So that is why I'm not screen sharing with you right now. This is like one of my real clients, but I'm talking you through everything I do along the way. I usually share this kind of content just for my Inside Google Ads course members. But since I had such a large audit to do today, I thought it'd be fun to share it on social media. So feel free to ask me anything while I wait for this dang report to load. Crystal Ball on TikTok is asking, how did I learn? You would think that I learned how to do this because I worked at Google for 6 years, but that's actually not true. You can work at Google in the Google Ads organization and never open Google Ads. So how I actually learned to use Google Ads was I used to have a side business where I was an MBA admissions consultant. And I was like, how should I market myself? Well, I work at Google. I should use Google Ads. And so I used my own money to run my own Google Ads for my own side business. And that's really how I learned. And then in terms of how did I learn to audit a Google Ads account, because in my side business, I was running Google Ads, I would then take what I was learning there into my day job talking about Google Ads. And I had a lot of credibility with my clients because I was actually like in accounts and knew what I was talking about there. So when I left Google, I developed this Google Ads account audit of like all the things I'd seen from the thousands of Google Ads accounts I'd seen before and developed this process. So I have like a scorecard that I use and a process I go through. different accounts take me down different rabbit holes, of course, but having that structure has been really helpful as I scale my business, because I do, on average, maybe an audit every other week, but January is busy. I did one last week, I have this one today, and I have 2 more to do this week as well. So mostly just learn by doing, which is the best way to learn any kind of digital marketing, especially Google Ads. Oh my goodness, this report is still loading. I regret this now. Almost done this. Normally I get a breakfast sandwich in the morning, like egg on a bagel, but I don't know, I was craving green stuff today. It's okay. I don't want to wait for this to load, so I'm not. I'm going to just go do something else because I'm bored now. Okay, maybe I'm going to switch to the targeting section, then I'll come back to this. So right now I'm looking at search. Targeting means keywords. Julia on TikTok asked, are you in a new office? Yes, I moved into this office in July. I share it with one person. And it's in, oh, there's my report. I heard I was leaving. And it's in a co-working space. And it's been so beneficial for me to just get out of my house. I'm so much more productive. Because I was in my house when my daughter was born. I took 18 months of maternity leave. The end of my maternity leave was March 2nd, 2020. So you can all guess what happened next. I went back to my job at Google, and a week later was sent home, and then was stuck at home ever since. And so with my business, after running my business for a little over a year, I was just like, I need to get out of my house. So I do pay for this office space in downtown Toronto, but it's so worth it because I come here, I do my work, and then I leave. And I actually leave my laptop at the office. Like I leave my work here. It's been great. Okay, so I have an ad report now with 1 billion columns. I'm going to create a pivot table to see how many ads we have and what the ad strength is on them. So view, insert pivot table. Don't be intimidated by pivot tables. They're much simpler than they seem. For row, I want ad type. And so I can see right away the only ad types we have are responsive search ad or expanded dynamic search ad. So that means we have some dynamic and standard ad groups going on here. So I'm going to remove that row. Excuse me. And I want ad strength. Oi, we have nothing with excellent ad or good ad strength. Everything is only average or poor ad strength. So definite issues there. We have 1,100 average, 109 poor, and then 8 no ranking. Those are the dynamic ads. Question from TikTok. What do you think is the easiest thing to get wrong with Google Ads? Oh my goodness, there are so many. At a macro level, easiest thing to get wrong is thinking that if you just launch Google Ads, they'll be profitable right away. Not the way it works. In terms of nitty-gritty mistakes, I've done posts about this on my LinkedIn and Twitter. There's a lot of like little itty bitty check the box things that are really easy to get wrong, like the location or presence settings, opting into display network from a search campaign, things like that. So this stuff I post about regularly on LinkedIn and Twitter, and you can find me in both those places under my real name, Jill Saskingales, or just Jill with a Y. If you search Jill Google Ads, you'll find me. So in the audit, I can say that responsive ads usage, all search campaigns are using RSAs. Search RSA strength is average for most ads and poor for some. None are excellent. And now I can see the reason. So what is the ad strength reason? Let's see. Ad strength improvements. There's a few. So most of them say the primary issue is, again, this, which is try adding a few more unique headlines or unpinning some assets. There are some other issues, but that's the main one. So now that I've like pivot tabled it and seen macro what's going on, I'm going to go spot check just a few of them. I like to sort by which ones have gotten the most clicks or which ones have we spent the most on, and look at those and see what's actually going on inside a few of them. I'm not going to look at all 1,200 ads. I would have to charge a lot more if I did, but this will just give me a sense of what's going on. So this one is average. What do we have here? I'm going to click edit, even though I'm not actually editing it, but just to see how many headlines and descriptions and different things we have going on. So we have 13 headlines. Some of them are pinned. 3 descriptions. So it's saying make your headlines more unique is the issue. I can see these are pretty generic. Yeah, that text could definitely be improved. That's one that was average. Now let me look at one that was poor and see what the deal is there. Okay, so now this one is the one that you spent the second most amount on. It has poor strength. We're going to see why. Hi, thank you for asking, but no, I can't share my screen. I am doing a Google Ads audit right now for an actual paying client. And so I decided to go live like this to kind of talk you through what I'm doing. If you want to see me working in Google Ads, then you can join my course inside Google Ads. And that's where I actually show you inside Google Ads how to do all the stuff I'm doing right now. Julia says, with 1,200 ads, I'd be afraid of cannibalization. Yeah, absolutely. I haven't looked at the targeting yet. I jumped over the targeting section because the targeting section, like how the ads are targeted, keywords, audiences, is the media section of the audit. And I don't think I'm going to do that part live just because I want to make sure I'm 100% focused. There's going to be a lot to break down across Performance Max, video, display, discovery, search, shopping. So I skipped over to the ads section just to see what's going on. And this is just the search ads, not even the ads for the other campaign types. So here, this is poor. Why is it poor? We have enough headlines and descriptions, but they are not unique. I can tell you what some of these are. It won't spoil who the business is. Buy now, pay later. Make a statement. Be colorful. Business name. Shop, business name. Browse, business name. Save this holiday season. Uh-oh, save this holiday season. We are not in the holiday season anymore. Save up to 35% today. So they're just very generic. There's nothing exciting in the copywriting here. So I know there's some copywriters watching live right now. Copywriting is key, and it's stuff that we Google Ads people not good at. So that's why it's important for me to actually look at the ads and not just be on the pivot table. On the pivot table, be like, oh, make your headlines more unique. But now that I've looked at just 2 of them, I can already see what the issue is with the copy and then make more specific recommendations for this client on how to improve their ads. So, primary issue, spot checking a few ads. I can see that the headlines are quite repetitive and generic and do not highlight enough benefits, unique things about your business, products, why someone should want to click on your ad. Many also don't include your keywords. I personally don't like pinning assets. Neither does Google. I can see you've pinned a few. That's fine, but the copy itself can and should be improved to help improve search campaign performance. I recommend working with a copywriter who specializes in this if it's not your forte. In brackets, I know it's not mine. Okay. Copy recommendations. All right, so that is the search ads. Now we have a lot of other kinds of ads to go into. So next I'm going to look at display ads. So what display campaigns do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ones. They're all remarketing. I'm going to guess they all have the same ads in them. Now remember, if you weren't here earlier, the display campaigns are all on manual CPC bidding. They've had 0 conversions, even though we spent $500 on display in the last 30 days. CTR is 1.1%, so it's actually not bad, but no conversions. And these are on remarketing, or at least the campaign is called remarketing. When I get to the targeting part of the audit, we'll see if we are actually on remarketing. So let's take a look. Ad group, I want to make sure we're only enabled. Good. So let's look at our ads and assets. How many do we have? Ad status enabled. They are responsive from what I can see. There are only 17, so I don't need to export this to a pivot table. I can just see what's going on. Responsive, most are good, 1 is average. So I'm just going to look at the one that has spent the most because it looks like they're all exactly the same. This splitting out, I don't think is doing this account any favors, but we'll get to that a bit later when I get to the targeting section. we will view asset details. So first I'll say, I'll search display using responsive ads. Display ad strength is mostly, was it good? I forget now. I'll go back and see in a sec. But assets, I think we don't have enough good images. Let's see. Let's see what's going on in these ads. And for those who are just joining, my name is Jill. I'm a Google Ads consultant, coach, and teacher. I am live right now on YouTube, on TikTok, and live tweeting on Twitter as well as I audit this Google Ads account. So feel free to ask me anything. Right now, I am in the display campaigns for this client looking at their ads. So I can see we have some images, cool images, very dark images, only 3 headlines, only 3 descriptions, so they should have a bit more, in my opinion. And I'm looking what some of the previews look like just to get a sense of this. I mean, the pictures do mostly highlight pretty well what's going on here. So, what was the ad strength again? I think it was good, not excellent. Yeah, display, everything's mostly good and can be improved by adding more headlines. Descriptions, imagery looks good, if a bit dark, but that seems to make sense for your business. Is there a way to add more variety? Okay, so display ads look fine, and that makes sense. Our click-through rate was good, conversions not, but we'll explore that when we get to the targeting section of the audit. Now, shopping, I don't need to review the ads. There's only one discovery campaign that, again, is not converting, so I'm going to look at the ad and see what's going on. Ads, because I do love discovery. Oh, sorry, there's been one conversion. View asset details. It looks the same as display. Yeah. So I'm just going to say display and discovery because those are so similar. Actually, for my course members in Inside Google Ads, I do a monthly meet once a month. And our next monthly meet, the topic is display and discovery ads. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Okay, now I'm going to look at video. Video campaigns. We have one prospecting campaign that is live, skippable in stream. Let's look 30-second. Let's look at the stats on it. So I'm going to add, it is a 42% view rate, which is actually quite good. I'm going to add a few more columns if I type views. So 70% of people watch at least 25% and 41% of people watch the end of video for 30 seconds. So that's really good. That suggests that this is a really engaging video for this audience. So I'm just going to say that. This video seems good. Display, discovery, video, ad has strong view through metrics, suggesting it is resonating with your target audience. And then last but not least, we're going to review Performance Max. Okay, can I look at all of them or do I have to? Yeah, I'm going to have to go into each of them. And I'm going to do every single one because there's 6, which has spent the most. This one. So I'm going to look at the 2 Performance Max campaigns that have spent the most, and that's going to give me a sense of what's going on across everything. Asset groups. Ad strength, excellent, good. I like excellent ad strength, especially with PMax, that it's not easy to do. We have a feed included. We have lots of images. We have lots of headlines, though they're generic. Descriptions are generic. They're the same ones we saw in search. So it's definitely an opportunity to improve creative here. And let's see if we have any performance ratings on them yet. Performance, low, best, low, good, a mix. Not surprisingly, the text ones are mostly low performing. So that looks like what I expected. Let me look at one more Performance Max campaign just to see if it is similar. And to those who are just joining, if you have any questions about this Google Ads audit or Google Ads in general, feel free to type them into the chat. Okay, let's check on this one. Asset groups. Oh, we have multiple asset groups. Oh, wow. We have 5 different asset groups here. Ad strength, excellent across all of them. Let's view details. Yeah, that looks fine. What about this one? I can see that. I don't know why these are all in different groups, but I'm going to dive more into that when I go into the targeting section. Okay, good. So, Performance Max ads generally have excellent strength. Yay! But in reviewing the assets, which appear to be repurposed from search and display, there is definitely room to improve the copy. I believe this will be key in improving PMax performance. And let me check. Has he created videos or does he get the automatically created ones? He's provided a video. Good. His video is good. Okay. Just wanted to make sure because the auto-created videos can really be garbage. So for responsive ads usage, we're going to get a green. For responsive ads quality, we're going to get a yellow. And then extensions are no longer called extensions. They're called assets, confusingly. But I'm going to check if we're using those. So on PMax, we have site links, callout snippets, site link callout snippet, site link callout snippet. Site link callout snippet, fine. What about search? Let's see. Site link. I can scroll to the summary at the bottom. Site link callout snippet. So I'm going to give us a yellow for 4+ extensions because we have 3. Oh, questions here on TikTok. Hi, Mood. Is it better to make shopping ad per product or like product groups, like a hairdryer and a hair straightener in one campaign and advert? So you don't actually make your shopping ad, you just make the campaign, and you can decide whether to split them into groups. I recommend, here's what, for shopping or any campaign or any format, you want to split them into separate campaigns if you want them to have a separate budget or separate location targeting or separate bidding. So like if your profitability and your target audience and your budget and all that is the same for hair dryers and hair straighteners, just keep it all in one campaign. Whereas if those are like really different customer types or you want to have different budgets for both, then you would want them in separate campaigns. The Mood says, can you solve or what are the reasons for closing the account? I'm not sure what you mean by closing the account. If you clarify, I'll be happy to answer. So we are on assets. We gave a yellow because extensions, now known as assets, it's recommended to have at least 4 extensions on every campaign. And you have 3 site links, callouts, snippets. Well, these are the core 3. It would be very easy to add image extensions. And then potentially experiment with price and or promo extensions. Note that I noticed language around holiday specials in some ad text headlines. Oh, hello. I'm live on YouTube and TikTok right now, just so you're aware. My office mate is here. All right. Where are we at? So that concludes that section. And now I need to write my tweet about it. So Twitter's definitely getting neglected as I am live on TikTok and YouTube with all of you. So creative responsive ads are in use, but strength is generally low due to low variety. Copy-wise, this guy needs to hire a copywriter. The video asset for YouTube and PMax campaigns is performing really well though, which is nice to see. Tweet. Okay, I have been at this live with all of you for more than an hour, so I'm gonna hop off shortly to take a little break and probably complete the rest of this audit offline. But if you're enjoying this, this is the kind of stuff I share with sharing my screen and my course Inside Google Ads. I'm gonna answer your last few questions now before ending the live. The other day, hi Jill, would you say standard shopping campaign is best for a brand new general store, then move over to add PMax once you have enough sales data? It's hard for me to give an accurate recommendation without knowing more about your business. I don't know what a general store is, but generally I do recommend starting with separate like standard shopping, search, display marketing, etc. before moving into PMax if you're newer to advertising, new to Google Ads, newer business, because the chance of PMax performing well for you is low. And then if it doesn't perform well, you won't know why. So I do like to launch the pieces individually first. My pleasure, Julia, and congrats again to you. So nice to see you. All right, if you have any last questions on YouTube, on TikTok, please ask them now. I hope you enjoyed getting an inside look at this Google Ads audit. If you joined late and want to see the whole thing, it is live on my YouTube right now. My username over there is the Google Pro. You can also find a link in my bio. And if you're here on YouTube, of course, you can go back and watch this whole thing from the beginning if you'd like to. All right, I'm going to end the YouTube live stream now. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you want to have your own Google Ads account audit, if you want to join my course so you can learn how to audit Google Ads accounts like this, just go to my website, jyll.ca. Information about all of that is there. Let's end this YouTube stream.